Hi. Are we online, Christina? Good morning, online people. Nice to have you with us today. Good morning. Thank you for taking your seats. You're so special. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's still introducing, so we'll get started and everybody can keep visiting. And I'm getting an echo up here, which bothers me, maybe nobody else. So I am Ann Connect. Welcome to our Sunday service. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Here at CSL Bakersfield, we embrace wisdom teachings from all of human history. Welcome home. Our vision: we are a spirit-centered, vision-led, consciousness-driven, inclusive spiritual community here to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our mission is to create a sacred place for spiritual practice and to foster our beloved community. So this service is made possible by all of our volunteers. So let's say thank you. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you. And Ken Fales is coming forward now to do our announcements for us today. Welcome, Ken.
That's fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was not bothered by the echo. So we request at this time, hi everybody online, we request at this time that everyone silence their devices, just disconnect from that outer world for a little while you're here at this service and just be right here, right now. It's going to be a barn burner. So today after service and fellowship, please join Sharon Anion for Dream Circle. Discover exciting ways your subconscious is trying to communicate through your dreams. It's one of the most popular things that we have going here at the center. So join us for that. It'll be after we have, food, folks, and fun after service. If you're online, you come in around 11:15. Let's do it. This Tuesday, July 21st, our board meeting will be here at the center at 5:45. You can also join via Zoom by clicking on the link on our website. And another reminder, we will be celebrating birthdays this Saturday, July 25th at Harrington House at 11:30 a.m. Contact Sally McGuire with any questions. Sally? If you could please sign up, there's a sign-up sheet back on the back table. If you're online and you can manage signing up on the back table, you let me know how you do that. That's awesome. Maybe just put in the comments there on Facebook, I'm coming, see you Saturday, something like that, all right? Check out our website for details on everything else we have going on here. That's Center for Spiritual Living, Bakersfield.com. Thank you very much.
So our next item on the agenda is our practitioner reading and invocation with Jamie Russell. Help me welcome Jamie Russell. Welcome.
Thank you, Annie.
That was graceful, huh? So, good morning, everybody. I think we have summer, right? Yeah. I think we're in the middle of summer. So I'm doing something a little different today. My reading is from the Science of Mind magazine, July. Part of it is coming from the July 27th reading, Love is the Cosmic Glue. And part of it is coming from Murphy. I love Murphy, but this Murphy is the little dog, and he is talking about love today too. So the first I'm going to read is the affirmations. So someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God, we shall harness for God the energies of love,
And then, for the second time in the history of the world, man will have discovered fire. That is from Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. I don't know who he is, but I thought it was a great thing. Then from Ernest, love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. That is from Ernest Holmes, Living the Science of Mind. So Murphy, this is Murphy's dogma. Pause with perspective. I love it. Time to love and play. Play. For many of my human friends, the world appears to have been turned upside down while spinning out of control at a dizzying speed. That has happened to me a few times. During those times, I find myself looking for a safe place. Most times, the safe space is my bed. I look for safe people like Bob and Judith. When I feel overwhelmed, Bob engages me in some kind of game. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but once I give in and allow myself to play, I stop feeling afraid and find myself filled with feelings of love and joy. Fear sucks the love out of life. When we're afraid, we try to solve our problems while drowning in chest-deep waves of fear. During hard times, Bob has a way of making Judith laugh and me play until the fear is small and the love is large. I've heard people argue that love is not all there is, but I can tell you that without love, there is nothing worth giving my attention to. So my advice to my human friends is to allow yourselves to love and be loved, no matter what the conditions are around you. Love conquers all fear and holds the universe together. You can never go wrong when you focus your attention and energy on loving others and on this gift of life. Love is what holds it all together. If you're steeped in fear, reach for love. So the affirmation, I am aware of love in, through, and all around me. That's Murphy's dogma. So, thinking about what Murphy has to say, join me in a moment of prayer, and let's remember that God is love. Love is all there is. God is all there is. And we are blessed. We are blessed. God is our source. God is everything. God is everywhere. And we are so blessed. Love follows us everywhere. We share that love with each other, and we know no fear because we know God is our source, and there is naught to fear. We are blessed. And so I'm just grateful. I'm just so ever grateful for this love of God and this love of my fellow people, my fellow humans, my fellow enthusiasts, my fellow lovers. I'm just very grateful. And so knowing love is all there is, love is the good in life, love is the God in life, I just say thank you. And I release my word to the four corners of the universe and so far beyond. And we say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Nice. Very nice. So our special music today, Jordan Sandu. Yay, Jordan.
Okay, hi. So when I was getting ready to perform this Sunday, I was looking at the talk, and I might get it wrong, but let's see. What we know about wholeness, I believe. And this song was one of the first ones that came to my mind. I feel like it kind of, from what I've experienced and I've heard here at Sinners for Spiritual Living, this is what we believe about wholeness. So I hope you guys enjoy. No, it's not. None of my songs are originals today. Sorry, guys. It was kind of last minute. Okay. You've been trying to put me in a box, saying this is it, you'll never be enough. Take those dreams and put them on the shelf. And for many years I was holding back, thinking I should be more like this or that. Then I saw the real truth of it all. I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all I am, that I am. Yes, I am, that I am. I've been stuck in thoughts, doing it their way. Wouldn't listen to the things my heart would say. Letting fear take over and decide. But then I realized that the choice is mine, and I felt a shift. I began to shine, living an empowered, beautiful life. 'Cause I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all I am, that I am. Yes, I am, that I am. And therefore everything around could fall apart, and I'd still have love in my heart. Open eyes, now I see that there's nothing to do, just be. And I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all.
I'll just confirm that is what we know about being whole. That's it right there. Nothing left to do but just be. That was beautiful. Thank you. That's Anne's. So, yeah, what we believe about wholeness, or even better, as Jordan said, what we know about wholeness. I like that edit quite a bit. Hi, everybody. Good morning. This topic probably going to be a little bit joke-free because it feels so deeply important to me, so deeply important, so foundational to what we do with science of mind, what we're about here, and so. I don't necessarily want to joke through it. We'll see. You never know when a joke's going to spill out. I'm Ken. It's probably going to happen. Do you want some water, Sharon? We can get you some water. Thanks, everybody. So this will be sort of a two-part talk. Next week, the title is "And So It Is." And that will deal more with sort of the ramifications of what we know about wholeness, how we sort of put it into practice. So make sure you don't miss that. To start with, I'm going to mention one of our Declaration of Principles by Ernest Holmes, which they're on our website under the About Us tab, and they're also printed out back there on the back table for you to take. It says, "We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one, indestructible, absolute, self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God." Now, Ernest breaks this down a little bit for us, but don't I just think I should break it down myself a little bit first? Of course I do. So, God is one. There's only one thing, right? There's only one thing. It is this one that poured itself out, that continues to pour itself out at every new now moment, creating that which we see, what we don't see, all that is. There is nothing outside of this one. It is indestructible because what would destroy it? There is nothing outside of it to destroy itself, and it's not into self-harm. It's just not. It's more of a lover than a fighter. So. It is absolute, and it is self-existent cause. And what does self-existent means? That it exists of itself. That seems like, yeah, self-existent. Got that, Ken. But what's important about it is that there isn't something that created this one. This one simply is. It is existent of itself. So that all that it expresses is itself. And so it says, this one manifests itself in and through, and I would add as, all creation, but it's not absorbed by its creation, which is to say, I can't take all of God and be like, I've got it, I got it. Sorry, there's a finite piece. It's not like capitalism where there's, there's just so much cash out there, and until we print more, you can only have so much. We will print more, though. But it's not that if... I like the way Ernest Holmes put it in somewhere, I don't know where it was, but he said if you're growing a garden in your backyard and you have a lush and bountiful garden, that doesn't mean that your neighbor's like, why can't my garden grow? I guess Ken got all the lushness, and there's not enough lushness left for me. There's not enough growth left for me. That's not how it works. And I'm sure Ernest put it a little more poignant than that. But that is to say that can express the one, you can express the one. To the extent that we are the one, to the extent that we can be the one, we can know the one. And there's no cap on it, right? No one has more or less than anyone else. We are all ultimately this one. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. So here is this one thing. It knows itself. It is creative. It expresses logically. necessarily, it creates. It expands. It expresses. Some would say in order for it to know itself, there must be something for it to know. Physical, I don't know about that part. I don't know. I think whether there's something physical or not, God is self-knowing. But this has to do with a little discussion we were having in the textbook study group, which was sort of, why did God create this universe, or is God creating the universe so it can get to know itself? And I know it's a very popular thing to say, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not something that I subscribe to. I don't think God was like, I just don't know myself very well. I think I'm gonna express a universe so I can get to know myself. I'm not sure that's exactly how it was. It doesn't seem like that makes a whole lot of sense to me. But what does make sense is that God is an isness. God is creative. God is expressive, and therefore God just be Godden. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play, God's gonna God. God just does. God just is. This is the necessary and logical outcome of God, and always will be. It will continue to create, will continue to make more of itself, and itself will be perfect. I am going to now get into perhaps a little more poignant discussion of that principle. Ernest says God is defined as the deity, the supreme being, the divine presence in the universe permeating everything, the animating principle in everything, as love, and the source of all inspiration and power, the source of guidance and of divine protection. The sacred books of all peoples declare that God is one, a unity from which nothing can be excluded and to which nothing can be added. God is omnipotent, all-powerful, omnipresent, everywhere. There is nowhere God is not. And omniscient, all-knowing. God is our Heavenly Father and our spiritual mother, the breath of our life. God is the changeless reality in which we live, move, and have our being. God is the changeless reality in which we live, move, and have our being. So is God here, right now? Absolutely. The answer is yes to that question, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. Is God here, right now? Yes, yes, yes. We are to think of God not as some power, but as all power. Not as some presence, but as the only presence. Not merely as a God, but as the God. Spirit is the supreme and the only causation. The only causation, right? The only source of cause. Sometimes we refer to it as first cause, meaning the very first cause, the very first thing that expressed. Right? We can use our minds to express and to manifest, and that would be second cause. The first cause was God creating us. And in truth, when we create, we're simply using that first cause. We're simply that which is God demonstrating once again the power to create. The Science of Mind textbook defines creation as the giving of form to the substance of mind. The whole action of spirit must be within itself, upon itself. Creation is the play of life upon itself. The action of a limitless imagination upon an infinite law. So again, God is all that is. And what is created by God is all that is. And then when you create, you are God creating within itself. There is no outside to this one. That is wholeness. Everything that exists is a manifestation of the divine mind. But the divine mind, being inexhaustible and limitless, is never caught in any form. It is merely expressed by that form. So never caught and held on to and said, this is my little piece of God, it's for me. But expressed as that form, meaning God is that which animates you, that which breathes your body, that which beats your heart, that which speaks words, that which hears, that which loves, that which feels, that which interacts with this world in every way, that which sings beautiful songs and plays the ukulele and the piano, right? And builds up a beautiful garden or a huge garden. That's God. You are that. The manifest universe, then, is the body of God. As our Declaration of Principles reads, it is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. God's self-knowingness energizes that which is known, and that which God knows takes form. The form itself has a divine pattern within it. Back of all form, there is a divine substance. Hid within every appearance, there is an adequate cause. If we judge by appearance alone as though it were self-created, we are mistaking the shadow for the substance. So we judge not. We don't look out and say, I don't like the way that person is behaving. They must not be an expression of God. We don't do it. I don't like the look of that house. That's not a house of God. This is a house of God. They're all houses of God. And they're all expressions of God, every single one. And what do we profit by judging? By saying, I'm better than that person, or that person's less than me, or that person's unworthy, or that person deserves to be punished, or what do we profit by that? We have our laws. Again, we've talked about this before. We have our laws. We know, we're trying to live in a society where we don't run around killing each other. It's just something that we'd like to do. And so we have our laws, and when you break those laws, you get punished. But you don't get told you're unworthy or that you are less or no longer an expression of God. That cannot be taken away, right? We can find freedom in a church. We can find freedom in a street corner. We can find freedom in a jail cell, because freedom is not something we find outside of ourselves. It is something that we are. So God is whole because God is all that is. And because God is all that is whole. That means you are whole. That means everyone you know is whole. We say whole, perfect, and complete. Complete kind of sounds a little bit like we're all finished. And in an ultimate way, we are. We are complete. God is complete. And yet, God is always unfolding. God is always becoming. And because we use words to describe these things, it seems like we're saying two things that mean something else at the same time, two things that don't seem to agree at the same time. It feels like paradox. And the closer you get to truth, the more you start getting paradox. And if we can just hold that paradox and say, both of these things are true, then you can live in that truth. You can be closer to the recognition of who you truly are. which is the one. And that is what we're doing here. That is what we're doing here, is trying to have that realization of who we are, so that because when we talk about being in alignment with the one, in order to experience our wholeness, we need to be in alignment with the one. What we mean is we need to realize that we are that. Not we need to follow a whole bunch of rules and make sure we obey and all of this sort of thing, never step out of line. That's not what we're saying, to be in alignment. We're saying realize who you are. Have a recognition of who you are, and just be. As the song said, just be. And then you are it. You can't be out of alignment with it. You are it. And then you experience the wholeness. And then it moves from believing to knowing. So building on last week's talk, where we talked about, you don't have to be perfect. Wholeness doesn't mean that we're always perfect. Then again, it does. There's another one of those. Yes, there was a word that I called it, and now it's fled from my head. Paradox. Thank you. There's another one of those paradoxes. Ultimately, of course, we're perfect. But what I'm saying is, as humans, it doesn't mean that we have to constantly be perfect, that you can never have a bad mood or feel sorry or occasionally think, why me? And fall into victim consciousness. This happens. It happens to the best of us. But what it means is there is that within us that has always been, will always be, and is now perfect, whole, and complete. It means that no matter how we stray from the truth, or how we, quote unquote, get out of alignment, we are always the truth. Because we know that now is all there is. We know there is no profit in lamenting that we've strayed from our truth, but there is profit in celebrating and luxuriating in our truth. All right, when we step away from our truth, when we allow ourselves to get in our feelings or whatever it might be, there's really not a whole lot of profit in just luxuriating in that. Oh, I feel bad. Why did that happen to me? There's no point in luxuriating in that. It happens, we go through it, I get it, but the profit is in saying, in this moment, right here, right now, I know who I am. And I am whole, and I am perfect, and I am complete. Because that is what will manifest. That is what we will experience. What we decide we are right now is what we will experience. And if we decide right now that we're a victim, nothing wrong with that, but we will experience victimhood. In this now moment, the next now moment, the next now moment, we will see others as victims. We will begin vibrationally attracting victimhood to us, to see it in other people, to say, see, victimhood is real. And that's why I believe I'm a victim, because that person's a victim, and that person's a victim, and me too. That's how it works. But if we say, I get it, I know why I'm having those thoughts, I get it, but I take a deep breath, I let it go, and I remember that I am whole, I am perfect, I am complete. And we begin to manifest that, and we begin to experience that, and vibrationally we begin to attract that. And then we say, oh, I know that I'm whole. I know that I'm joyous. I know that I'm peaceful. I know that I'm loving, because look at that person and that person and that person that I'm attracting into my life. They're loving and they're peaceful and they're joyful, right? And so when you look around in your life and you see that you've attracted joyful, loving, peaceful people, you can know that that's because That's who you are, and that's what you've decided on. You two are so sweet. Looking at each other like, look, we attracted each other. I love it. I love it. And if you look around in your life and you see a bunch of little gossipy people, well, then maybe take a look at yourself and maybe start telling a different story about who you are and start to attract something a little closer to who you are. It's really for you to decide, right? What do you want to be? What are you focusing on? What is the story you're telling yourself? We say, change your thinking, change your life. What is the story that you're telling yourself? What is the story you're telling other people? I want to get real deep into it, but next week we're going to get into the and so it is. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that story that we tell ourselves. The whole of God is always within us. So we can always address those parts of ourselves that feel fragmented or somehow less than whole, and we can love them, and we can nurture them, and we can treat for them, which is to say affirmative prayer, to have scientific mind treatment. We can have practitioners treat for us. This sort of thing invites wholeness so that we can tell a different story. Because it doesn't profit so much if we have these feelings and then we just say, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that. They call that spiritual bypass. And I'm kind of a huge fan of spiritual bypass, but we don't want to, we want to bypass what is untrue with what is true. No doubt about it. But if we feel fragmented, if we feel hurt, if we feel the effects of some trauma that we've had in our lives, it's all right to nurture that. Not nurture it in terms of, I want you to grow and I love you and I want you to stay, but nurture it and love it and say, hey, it's all right. It's all right. I know that little child within myself felt some hurt, is feeling some hurt, and that's all right. Because I'm right here to hold that child. I'm right here to love that child and say, it's okay. I know you felt scared. I know you felt alone, but it's all right now. I'm here, and everything is okay. And you know why everything is okay? Because I'm whole, perfect, and complete. And so are you, little sweetie. So are you. We are one, and I love you. And that lets that hurt go, right? So then we invite that wholeness. We can sing a new song. We can be new in each moment. We talk about the now moment. There is this now moment, this now moment, this now moment, this now moment. It is constantly another now moment. And that one that is creating all that is creating all that is in this now moment and in this now moment and in this now moment. And I'm telling you, everything can be brand new in a moment. You can be healed of hate. You can be healed of hurt. You can be healed of disease and sickness. You can be healed of ideas of lack in this moment, right here and right now. And now, and now. It is whenever you choose to do it. Because there is nothing more powerful than you. Because you are the one. You are God expressing, and God is whole, perfect, and complete. And that means you are whole, perfect, and complete. What story are you telling yourself? I said there weren't going to be any jokes, but here's Spirit. Science of Mind, page 420. I didn't plan that. It's page 420. If you know, you know. Oh, jeez. Jeez. I like to see some smirks out there. All right. It is one thing to say that God is unfolding through its idea of itself, but quite another thing to say that it is gradually becoming conscious of itself. An unfolding God implies a forever outpouring spirit and a forever manifesting deity. Evolution is the time and the process through which an idea unfolds to a higher state of manifestation. And since ideas are divine realities, evolution will go on forever. But evolution is an effect of capital I, intelligence, and not its cause. Evolution follows involution, and I want to be clear about this. Involution is what happens within us. Involution is that realizing what we are. Involution is that inner growth. Involution is what happens when we decide to let go of that grudge, when we decide to forgive, when we decide to care for that little child within ourselves and love ourselves and say it's okay. It's all right. I love you. I'm here. That's involution. We remove the blockages to the free and full expression of the one in, through, and as us. That's involution. And what happens when we do that is a greater evolution. What happens outside of us, right? Involution happens first. Evolution follows. And so if we want to evolve, we need to, involve. I got to look into that, involve, because there's a talk right there. That's a good one. But we need to involve. We need to do that inner work. This is, again, why we're always talking about spiritual practice, about meditation and reading spiritual texts and having prayer partners and treating for yourself and doing journaling and all of the things that you consider a spiritual practice, making it a daily thing until your life is a spiritual practice. Your entire day is a spiritual practice. And every now and so often you catch yourself and you're like, oh, I'm outside of spiritual practice. And in that moment that you catch yourself, you're back, baby. You're back. That's all it takes. And the more you do it, the easier it is, right? The more you do it, the more all of a sudden you think, this isn't me. I'm back. Because it feels so discordant. It feels so discordant. And it jumps out at you like somebody jumping out of a closet at you. Man, my dad used to like to just jump out at us and scare us all the time. I jumped out at David and scared him the other day, and he just sobbed with tears. And I was like, I'm never going to do that again. I don't know why my dad did that all the time. I don't know. I always thought it was funny. David. He's not watching. So, if you don't know, David's my little 5-year-old boy. So, Ernest says, all emerge from that one whose being is ever present and whose life, robed in numberless forms, is manifest throughout all creation. Creation is the logical result of the outpush of life into self-expression. It is the coming forth of spirit into manifestation. The one encompasses and flows through all, spilling itself into numberless forms and personalities. These forms and personalities, propelled by the cosmic urge which brings them into being, have within themselves an impulse planted by the divine. And since the divine is limitless and perfect, it must and ultimately will bring all creation into a statement of perfect manifestation. Since the divine is limitless and perfect, it must and ultimately will bring all creation into a state of perfect manifestation. There is nothing you can do to avoid perfection. There is nothing anyone else can do to deny themselves the perfection that God is, because God is. So we don't have to judge. We don't have to worry. It's not our job. We don't have to make sure this person's on the path and this person's on the path. We don't even really have to make sure this person's on the path. There's nothing we can do to not be on the path. What we're going through is what we need to go through. And so if you're going through some hard time, I watched the rider who's in second place in the Tour de France crash today, and he's out of the race. He's done. He's put in so much work, probably ridden 1,000 miles of the Tour de France. He's in second place and he's out. How heartbreaking must that be? This is the path that he's on, and it's exactly right where he needs to be. And if he goes within and he remembers, I am whole, perfect, and complete, then he is one step closer to perfection. Why these challenges come up, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. I mean, does it really matter? All this why? The answer to the question why, there's two different, so there's two levels, right? There's the human physical level, and there's the ultimate level. On the physical level, why anything happens is to awaken you. That is the answer. Always, regardless of what it is. Why did this happen? To awaken you. Always, that is the answer. Why did God do this or that? And the ultimate level, why did God do this or that? Why is God this or that? The answer is God is. That is the answer to every single why question. Why God is. Why did this happen to me? To wake you up. Why do I need to be woken up? Because God is. That's it. That's what we're doing here. We're perfect, whole, complete. That's why we come in here, to have that feeling of it. That's why so many people say, when I walk into that sanctuary, I just feel this beautiful feeling. And that's wholeness. That's perfection. That's completeness. That is the realization that each one of us have had so many times, expressing out that people feel it when they walk through the door. They feel it. They feel the eventual truth of themselves. They feel an open space where they themselves can express, oh, I feel so light. I feel so free. I feel like there's limitless possibility here, and that's because there is. That's because there is, because we are whole, perfect, and complete. That is what we know about wholeness. Let's close our eyes together for a little while. Knowing that love, that joy, that peace, that wisdom, that harmony, that perfect balance, that creativity, that abundance, knowing that that is right here, right now. It is all around us. It is flowing through us. And to the degree that we allow it, it is as us. I recognize myself as unified with this one. Not something outside of it that has become unified with it, but unified because it is expressing in, through, and as me. Because there is only one. And each of us, as unique expressions of this one, are ultimately one. We are this one. And so because this is so, I can confidently declare, you are love. You are peace. You are joy. You are freedom. The breath that you breathe is the breath of life. It is God. The words that you speak are the words of God. The love that you give is the love of God. That feeling you feel in your body right now, that is God. That knowingness that you sense within yourself right now, that is God. That is you. That is what is. That is wholeness. And you can have it anytime you want because it is you. And so I declare for each one a free and full realization of this divine life. And I am so grateful the truth is true. That God is, that I am, that you are, such that all is well. All is whole, perfect, and complete right here and right now. And so I let this word go. I let it be what it is, because it is all that it is, all that ever has been, all that ever will be. And together we affirm, and so it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken. That was great as always. And as much as I love your jokes and your humor and stuff, you were right. This was a good one to just be here for it. So thank you again, Ken. And now we welcome back special music, Jordan Sandu.
That was great. Thank you, Ken. I feel like I always come here and my brain has like questions or just it's jambled, and then I always receive the answers. You know, I'm sure everyone else feels that way too, but it's just nice. So this next song is from, how do I put this? My Christian days. Whenever I identified as a Christian, and you know, I got what I needed from that, and now I've gotten to a point in my life where it doesn't serve me as much as my own personal path. But this song was something that I used to sing, and I feel like the words still apply to what I believe today, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So hope you enjoy. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours and you are mine. Your grace abounds the deepest waters. sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed and you won't start now. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Oh, oh, you are mine. And Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Spirit. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
So amazing, that God presence known as Jordan. Woo! So this is our opportunity to give back to the center, our conscious giving time. I auto-tie, so I like to hold my hands to my heart. However you give, it's wonderful here. So let's give back. And together we can say our affirmation. Today, I give in love and joy from the overflow of abundance in my life. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed. I am grateful, and so it is. Thank you, Sean and Kyle, for collecting our offerings today. Reminder that we have prayer after service. Jamie, Nico, Ken, and myself are here today to pray with you, so please take advantage of us. We have refreshments and fellowship time after service, so join us there and then come back for Dream Circle with Sharon. So now we can all stand and form a circle around the center part of our sanctuary here and hold our hands up to each other. Hands up. Hands up. Okay. Find somebody and see them. I know who you truly are. You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. You are whole, perfect, and complete. Thank you, Ken. Welcome home. And now we can join hands and sing the peace song together.